Hello guys, welcome. As we all know that database security is must. And today I will discuss on the database security options available and the requirement. And I will compare this with the real-time objects that we use in our daily life, so that it will make you comfortable that what is database security option and how we can compare it with our real life. There are security options available. Those are database wallet, audit vault, advanced security option, database vault, database masking and subsetting, and database firewall. Now let us compare this with our real-time object that we use. For this, let us take an example. Say suppose you have taken a office space and there you have separate departments. To build an office you require separate departments, like for sales a different department, for marketing different department, for IT different department, for back office different department, for HR different department. And again, all the departments, they have their secure data and that cannot be go outside, even to the different department or even to the outside of the office. So for this, what we do, we have lockers, we have separate keys, we have separate security options that we enables, so that the data cannot go beyond. Likewise, in our IT also, say suppose you are going to build an IT system. So for this, what you do, first of all, you bought a server unit, you bought network appliances, everything. So likewise, I will give you an example. You are here. This is your IT infrastructure system, and say suppose this is your data center. For securing your data center, what you do? You apply network security. Why you apply network security? So that your internal network and your outside network get secure, so that the outside person do not have the direct access, and to the internal network also they cannot go to the outside network without bypassing the firewalls. Likewise, you are here, you are in the data center, you bought some servers, you build the server, you build the network appliances, everything. Now the question is how to maintain the security. For maintaining security, you have to build something beyond this. Like say suppose here you have built a server. This is your server. In server, what is there? You have operating system, you have applications, etc. Now say suppose how you will maintain the security in the server. You will say that yes, we will create users, different users, and we will build firewall, etc. And we will create SSH key. so that it has a secure connection. I agree that there is a secure connection, but next question is, the users who have the access to the internal system, the application, those are built in the system. Here, for our example, the application or the database, we are taking the example of the Oracle database. Oracle database. Now, the users who are accessing the Oracle database, all users are accessing, and they have the access to everybody, even the server users, the users who are the database users and the non-database users, all have the access to the particular system. But how we can maintain the security? For this, Oracle has given separate options. Now we will discuss it one by one. First, let us take an example. Again, I am going back to this office. You have procured the office, and after that you have locked it with the key. And what about the inside office compartments, means what we say as the office departments? There also you have maintained the key. Now here also in a server we maintain the outside key, but what about the internal key? For this we used to build wallet, database wallet. Database wallet is a key that make a security for the database, that whenever it up or down or any other security requirements, it will read the key that kept on this wallet. So this is called wallet. Now next, what about the users who are accessing to the database? How we can track those accesses that they are doing in the database? What is happening to the database? For this, what is the requirement? The next requirement is to audit every steps that they are accessing into the server. For this, we have to implement Audit Vault. What Audit Vault will do? Audit Vault will keep all the information related to the Audit Vault. It will keep the track of all the accesses, or how we are how we are building the audit policies in the database. That it will keep the track in the Audit Vault. So this is called Audit Vault. It will track all the accesses or the policies that we implement to the database, that this select options should be audited, this delete option should be audited. That will capture in the Audit Vault server. Now in this step we are auditing everything, but what about the non-DB users? There are separate users. There are root users in the system. There are some different users, say suppose application users. If a server is built with DB and application server in the same server, again there are DB users. DB users have the authorized access to this database and their data. But what about this root user? Till now, root user can also have the access to the data files that are created in the system. But how we can make a check that root user cannot access the data files or cannot see the data files? For this, Oracle has an option that is called TDE, or transparent data encryption. When we configure the database with the TDE, what it does, it secure the data files present in the server, so that outside of the database no user can read the data present in the data file. there comes TDE, and it comes in the advanced security options. Now we able to understand how we can save the data present in the database from the root user. Now let's go beyond this, come to this area. This is called the database area. This database having the access to the storage where all your data is kept. Now this data is having the access for the DB users and DB user, or rather you can say that system users and non-system users. System users and non-system users or application users. Now here the question is, the DB users, they shouldn't have access to see the non-system data related data present in the server, because data, I have already said that it is a very secure thing and it shouldn't be transparent to everybody. Now how you can make a check between the data so that it cannot be accessed by the system users? For this, Oracle has separate option that is called Database Vault. By implementing Database Vault, the system users will not be able to access the non-system data. Now here it comes with one more example. In database, there are different users. Say suppose user 1 is there, user 2 is there, user 3 is there, and again system user is there. System user cannot see the non-system user data, and again it may happen that user 1 can access user 2 data and user 3 data, and user 2 can see only user 3 data, and user 3 cannot see any of the data. So how you can prevent it? For this, in Database Vault, there is an option called Realm. By configuring Realm, you can make a check that system user will not be able to access the non-system user, as well as the users, applications users cannot access to the another user's data. So now you have understood that how this DB Vault is make a check between the data access. There is another option here, is called restriction. DB Vault gives you the option for restricting IP restrict. You can restrict the IP so that this IP can access the database and another IP will not able to access the database. This feature is available in Database Vault. IP restriction, program restriction, SQL restriction, etc. Now let's come to the next feature, that is called database masking and subsetting. I will come this on the latter part. Let's first begin with the database firewall. There is something in our IT system, the person who are mainly DBAs, they are having the problem like in the month end time or in the peak hour time, some users from the different users, they invoke some queries, those are impacting the system performance. In certain peak hours, somebody has executed a query that is hampering the system's IO. How you can restrict that? You can restrict with the help of database firewall. With the help of database firewall, also you can do this with the database vault, but now it's a very good feature that is called database firewall. With the help of database firewall, you can bar or make a check so that the particular SQL shouldn't execute between this period P1 to this period P2. So it will make a check. Again, IP restriction can be done, program restriction can be done, everything is possible in this database firewall. Now, in this stage, we have understood how to make secure your database with respect to database wallet, audit vault, database security option, TDE and redaction. Then your database vault, here comes realm and restriction, and database firewall. Now the next question is, whenever there is a case that you have to transfer the data from the production environment to the non-production environment or to the OEM for making certain kind of tests, there you cannot share the real data. You cannot share the real data to the person outside the organization or inside the organization who are not accessing the production data. For this, Oracle has given a feature that is called database masking and subsetting. If you implement this database masking, this will help in converting the data while transporting the data from the production to the non-production environment. Say suppose here somebody's salary, it's having 20k or like that. Whenever it will transform to the non-production environment, it will change the data from 20k to say suppose 2k, or as per the requirement that you meant. Or the card details also, you change the details, the secure details. And what is subsetting? Subsetting means you are having here, say suppose 10 terabyte of data, but you have to build a test environment with, say suppose it's 30%. So subsetting will help to build the test environment by reducing the data from 10 terabyte to 3 terabyte. 3 terabyte. Okay. So this is all about that what are the security options available for securing your data and how you can implement and where you have to implement. Thanks for watching.